So, would you say that people, would you say people that would die or survive during the 2012 Enigma, as what you said before?
With Nibiru, well, who knows? All we do know is that research from geological surveys, and certainly a lot of the mainstream media knows quite well that there has been a number of times in the last 30,000 years that the poles have reversed, and things even as little as 6,000 years ago, our polar ice caps were actually tropical rainforests. Now we're covered in snow. So certainly in the course of human history, things have happened, what could be seen as catastrophic events in the human history of the world. And we lived through those times, and I have no doubt that we will live through it again. I don't necessarily think that that's going to be the main cause of our problem in the future.
So would you say that spiritual or religious people, do you think that they have different aspects on 2012? Or do we not see it forthcoming?
There's a lot of things on the 2012 situation which is well known about. You know, the Catholic Church has a huge observatory. I'm sure that's not just for entertaining purposes. They look at the stars. They take an awful lot of their information from the stars, as they have done from thousands of years previous. This is not something new, and there's a whole subculture of astrology going on behind what are classed as orthodox religious Christian so-called systems operating in the Western world.
Yes. So with the slight religious aspect, what do you think is all this stuff about Lucifer and the devil worship? I've been getting quite confused by it.
Okay, well, the fact remains that the world which is presented to us through the mainstream media, through televisions, through newspaper, films, the whole Hollywood industry, the fact remains that the ruling elite bloodlines, which are effectively the banking families, they may well not be the ultimate controllers of our societies, but nevertheless, for whatever reason, these people all subscribe to a Luciferian belief system. And when I say a Luciferian belief system, I'm talking about the royal families of Europe, the heads of the banking industries, the heads of the major corporations, a whole network of effectively blood-related families, not very many of them, in fact probably no more than 13, who are actually in control of the whole world economy. And these 13 family bloodlines, for their own purposes, whatever that might be, they strongly subscribe to a Luciferian belief system, and they take part in rituals of sun worship and earth goddess worship and Old Testament biblical gods from ancient times, and they subscribe to that this very day and actively do so every year. And all of the important dates as we know through our Christian calendar are actual pagan sun worship dates, and it has been fabricated to make it look like Christianity.
So, would you say that these type of people, would these be the people who you're trying to aim at for your website?
Those aren't the people I'm trying to aim at for my website. Those people know exactly what's going on. What I'm trying to, the people I'm aiming at is anybody who wants to know what's really going on in the world around them, and wants to know where we're going to be heading if we stay on this what I think is a bit of a collision course to an inevitable enslavement of the human species. I'm aiming at anybody who has got the spark inside them to question what's really going on, and no longer subscribe to the illusion which is classed as mainstream media reality.
So do you think people would be actually being bothered about going on, and do you think it would make any difference to them?
I believe in my heart that everybody makes a difference. Everybody can make a difference. This is my way of effectively making a difference. I can't just sit down and let all this stuff happen without at least putting my feelings across and help with the people who spend their lives doing the research, investigating all these things, sometimes putting their own lives at risk, and certainly some people have actually lost their lives, and a lot of these people are documented on my website. It's a serious situation what we're heading for, and we've been asleep at the wheel for too long, and it's time now for everybody to do their bit. And if everybody takes a small part, this house of cards which has been created to enslave us will just fall, and we can start becoming the society and the world which we're destined to be.
I see how you'd like to put all of your research into your website, which is very good. I mean, if you try talking to people, you must get laughed at quite a bit. I mean, you know, you are passionate about all this, and indeed speak out against generally accepted teachings of the world in which we live.
You've got to. Sometimes it's very embarrassing in a way, if embarrassing is the right word, when you hear a group of people talking about something and you know quite well that what they're talking about is a complete fabrication of reality. What they think is reality, in fact, is just a facade of illusion. And it's just, you can't sit down and let that happen. I feel it's my job to let people know if something's going on, and if I don't do that, then I'm no better than the people what are in charge of the world, hiding all this from everyone.
So, with all your research that you put into your website, wouldn't you rather be just sat down in the pub or watching soaps or something at the telly? Is there anything else that you could be enjoying with your life? Like, isn't this things really depressing or gets you upset?
Well, at times this has been really depressing, and lonenutter.com, you do feel sometimes you're a little bit alone. However, I'm confident to know that there are groups of people, not large groups of people, at strategic places throughout the world who do feel the same, and have woke people up in their own right. And it's a breath of fresh air when you get to hear from somebody else who knows exactly what the situation is. It's great to know that you're not effectively alone. The fact is, there's plenty of things I could be doing with my time, and I'm not necessarily going down the pub, but certainly this is something which I feel compelled to do. It's not something which is necessarily a hobby in that sense of the word. I've got far many other things I could be doing.
So how many hours of research have you done for this website, and also what do you do in your spare time?
Well, hours of research, I don't know. I wouldn't like to. If I was a pilot, I would have plenty of stripes on my arm by now. But nevertheless, my research has ultimately been researching the people what have already done the main groundwork, and I've found through my own experience that there are a number of very reliable people out there who are completely dedicated to the research they've been doing, and I'm quite prepared to endorse the research they've done, and I'll do anything I can to get their work out into the arena, into the public. And if my website helps to do that, well then fine, I'll be doing my job.
Da 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 da.